Yo and hello everybody, Mike here, baseball collector, and I think I'm going to get back a little bit to a little more classic baseball collector video. I am slowly and methodically going through the beast, just showing off some slabs from different eras and just going through the different rows. Last we left off, after the last episode, we were in about, kind of getting towards the end of 1977. This video will take us all the way through 78, 79, and at the very beginning of 1980. So we got a lot of cool stuff to go through. And this is just Slabbage Rummage. And for those of you that don't know what Slabbage Rummage is, it's just this. It's just showing cards, talking about them a little, showing you what I got, and enjoying that. So let's get started. We got a lot of cards to go through. And the first one here is a 1977 Topps. My last episode I was like, oh, where's your Dale Murphy rookie? Well, it's right here. I've got it. And this one's in a near mint to mint 8. Rick Cerone also had a good career as a catcher. Dale Murphy wasn't a catcher prominently in the big leagues. He was an outfielder. So there you go. I've also got that card right there in a 4. So upgraded that at some point along the way. So there's that. Let's see. Pull that out. Next is a 77 Topps Dodgers team card. A lot of people are talking about these team cards, how we wish Topps would bring them back. I totally agree. The cheesy team picture, love it. I wish they would bring them. They're trying to fill up 800 cards in a set. This would be a good idea instead of some of the other junk they put in there, but there's a near mint 8 with Tommy Lasorda, Hall of Fame manager on that one. Next up is Dennis Eckersley. This is his second year card, rookie card in 76, and just still with the Indians, near mint to mint 8 on that one. Next up is AL All-Star, third baseman George Brett, in a near mint 7. On 70s, if I can get 7s or 8s, I'm thrilled because that's kind of a good collector grade. Sometimes less, just depends on what kind of deal I get. There's the Brett. Gotta move a little faster. There's the Jim Palmer. Actually got this card not too long ago in an 8. Phil Necro in an 8. Lots of Hall of Fame pitchers. Bert Blyleven on the Rangers, also in an 8. I don't know how I feel about 77 Topps design. I don't dislike it. I like the backs. Let me show the back on this one. The backs are cool because full stats, obviously, and then you've got little cartoons, little blurb about the player. I've got this is my last card in the 77 Topps regular set. 6.5 on the Nolan Ryan. And you'll see these print dots. Those are pretty prevalent in 77 as well. And then what also they did in Topps that year was these cool things. They were called cloth stickers, and you can really see on this video the difference between the card and the cloth sticker. I mean, it looks like a cloth sticker. And these aren't rare, but they're pretty neat. Cool little deal on the back is just talks a little bit and shows you how to open them up or pull off the sticker. That one's in an 8 for Nolan, for my Nolan Ryan set. Here we go with starting in 78. My first 78 card is this Burger King Fergie Jenkins with the Rangers. This is his first card with the Rangers because actually his 78 regular card, which we'll get to in a little bit, I think pictures him with the Red Sox. So this was done later in the year, obviously, and he was with the Rangers. This is an 8 on this. On the back, on the Burger King cards, it's just a different numbering. So I have a 78 Topps O-Pee-Chee Nolan Ryan. The O-Pee-Chee cards are notoriously just not miscut, but just soft cut. They're very, that was true of all the O-Pee-Chee cards that I used to look at as a kid. You can just see the interesting cut along the edges there. Here we go into the regular 78 Topps. Several Hall of Famers had record breaker cards that year. Willie McCovey, most times with 2 homers and an inning lifetime. Good for him. And then you got Brooks Robinson. Actually, his last regular issue card was 77, but he appears here in 78 on the record breaker of most consecutive seasons with 1 club. Nolan Ryan, most games, 10 or more strikeouts lifetime. This is in 78. He has 15 more years he's going to pitch in the major leagues, and he's already got that record. Wow. And Tony Perez on the Expos and a mint 9. So the 78, you'll see I got all over the place. 7s, 8s, 9s. And we got a nice rookie card here. And one of the best rookie cards in 78 is the Eddie Murray All-Star Rookie Cup. And a near mint 7. I also have that here in a 5. We got 2 of those. Carl Yastrzemski. I love the little shield thing down at the bottom where it shows if they were an all-star. I think that's just so cool. I don't know why. Little nuances like that about card design, I just love it. So here's the first solo card for Andre Dawson, Rookie Cup card. Got that in an 8. There's another shield card because George Brett was a all-star. You're mint 7 there. The managers a lot of them have this look right here, which is it shows them as both a player and a manager, which most of the managers back then had been players at some point. So there's the Joe Torre, Hall of Fame manager. There's the Gary Carter, near mint to mint 8, great card. Burt Blyleven, still with the Rangers, an 8. Jim Palmer in an 8. I'm surprised how many of these I have that are in the new PSA Lighthouse holder. I mean, I guess cards are still getting graded, and the ones that are in the old holders are in someone's collection. They don't kind of resurface a whole lot. They just kind of get buried's not the right word, but they certainly get put in people's collections. Lou Brock in an 8. Very cool Robin Yount. That little clicking sound you hear is I need to oil my chair here. It just keeps making a lot of noise. Cool card there. Here is a Reggie 78 in a 6. I got this as a gift from Eric, those back pages, so don't know. I mean, it's a great card still. I don't know that I'll replace it or upgrade it because it was from Eric. Why? It's a great card. Next, we got a bunch of league leaders, which picture a lot of Hall of Famers, as many of them do. Here's the strikeout leaders from 77 with Nolan Ryan and Phil Niekro. Oops, sorry. I love they used to call him the leading fireman, which is just the relievers. You got Raleigh Fingers on here. Got his great mustache. There's another sideways one, but it's a manager card. And it's of the late, great Earl Weaver. Showing him as a player and a manager. Next up, I'll let you look at Carlton Fisk here for a second because I need to kind of get some things rearranged here. I'm going to run out of room. That's a cool Carlton Fisk pose on the Red Sox. the All-Star shield for him as well. Okay, getting good now. All right, moving on. Joe Morgan, part of the Big Red Machine, still with the Reds here. Near mint to mint 8. Beautiful card there. Michael Jack Schmidt. Who was the NL All-Star third baseman if it wasn't Mike Schmidt? It's got me curious now. I wonder who it is. Love the old batting helmet. Here's the regular Nolan Ryan from 78. This one's in a 7.5. I also got another Reggie. There he is from the World Series. Reggie and Yankees reign supreme, which they did. Of course, that was the year, I think, right in 77, Reggie hit 3 World Series, or yeah, 3 home runs in a World Series game. Let's see, where's Reggie? There he is. He hit 5 home runs in the series. So yeah, amazing. There's the Tom Seaver in an 8. There's the Pops. Willie Stargell in a 9. Steve Carlton, also in a 9. You know, I'd love to have all of these in 9s, but not so much. So then you go here to a 7. But they all, you know, there's not that. I wish I could tell you there was this glaring difference between the grades, and there's just not, you know. Think about opening a pack. You're going to get some that are in better shape than others, some that are cut better than others. I mean, this just makes sense to me that it's kind of just how your collection might look. You got some 7s, you got some 8s, you got some 9s. There's a Gaylord Perry. And we got a little bit of run of kind of Hall of Fame multiplayer rookie cards. The first one here is the Jack Morris, which is a great card. Near mint to mint 8. One of those that wasn't worth a whole lot before he got in the Hall of Fame, and now it sure is. Here is the only Hall of Fame rookie card that shows 2 Hall of Famers on it, and that's the Molitor Trammell. Molitor, a longtime Hall of Famer, Trammell, a recent Hall of Famer, but it's an old flip too. But this card has gotten way more popular since Trammell got in as well. You got Mickey Klutz and UL Washington, who had a good career. There, I was right. Look at that. Fergie Jenkins, regular issue 78 tops. He's on the Red Sox. I think this is just kind of a random card in my collection. He's not a Hall of Famer, but maybe someday. Billy Martin, near mint 7. This was a gift from somebody, if I remember right. Now we're on to 79. The year 1979. I have different stuff in 79, not just Topps cards. So first card here is this awesome Rich Gossage Burger King card. I really like, I don't know, just the different things that they used to do to promote baseball cards. I just think are neat. Food issue. I think this one, again, just a different numbering on the back. The back of the card looks pretty much the same as the regular Topps card. I have the same card, same kind of thing, the Burger King here for Mike Schmidt, and that's a mint 9. A bunch of league leader cards in 79. Batting leaders Rod Carew and the Cobra Dave Parker, who might someday be in the Hall of Fame. I think he should be. And you've got strikeout leaders again, Nolan Ryan and J.R. Richard, who, man, had a great career and just kind of burned out, really. Next up is the Joe Morgan, 79. I love the banner down here. You know, it feels like it's a banner, really. That's what it is. And I love the All-Star ones. I used to always, when I would pull an All-Star card, I felt like, man, that's awesome. mint 9 on that. This card is surprisingly expensive. It's the Paul Molitor. It's part of the 300 Great Baseball Cards by Mike Payne. It's his first solo card, so neat card there. There's the Steve Carlton in a mint 9. Next up, Winfield in a 7. I got a lot of 79s, so there's Eckersley in an 8. Yount in an 8. Nolan in a 7. There's the Ozzie rookie card. This one's an 8 OC. I definitely want to try to just get a regular standard 8 on this card, but other things take priority, so I haven't broken down and bought one of those yet. This is just fine for now. Definitely off center though. Good job, PSA. Don Sutton in a mint 9. Another all-star card, Johnny Bench. And the Reds were stacked back then. So good. There is the regular Goose Gossage. You can see it looks just like the Burger King card we showed earlier. It's in a near mint to mint 8. Sorry, putting stuff away. Got the Reds team card, which has all those same great players on it. And Hall of Fame manager Sparky Anderson. George Foster was on that team. They were so good. Joe Morgan, Pete Rose on the left, bottom left, front row. Another great card, 79 Topps, Thurman Munson. This is his last card before his tragic plane accident that killed him. I think he would have been a Hall of Famer had he gotten to play a few more years, and just a great player. I actually got that card pretty recently there, Carl Yastrzemski, in an 8. Old Padres uniforms, Gaylord Perry in an 8. Jim Palmer. The Hawk, Andre Dawson. These are all pretty boring 8s, but man, I'll take them all day long. Jim Rice. Love that smile. He looks happy. Another thing they did in 79 Topps was they had a subset. They do this a lot. They had all-time record holders, and so it would have both the season record holder of a certain category and statistic, and then the career record holder. Both these have been eclipsed now. We had George Sisler for the season record and Ty Cobb for career. Now it's Ichiro, I think, and Pete Rose, of course, for hits. Here is RBIs. I think both of did Bonds break Aaron's career RBI record? I can't remember, but definitely Hack Wilson, who drove in 190 runs in a season. I think it was 1930. Still stands. That'll be hard to break. Let me see if that's right. 1930, Hack Wilson. Look at that. Lou Gehrig, 184. Hank Greenberg, 183. Good grief. Those are amazing. And they did it only in 154 games, too. There is stolen base leaders. I love when it's the same player. Lou Brock season, Lou Brock career. That would now have Ricky Henderson on it, season and career. All-time wins leaders. That hadn't changed. Jack Chesbro, season, Cy Young career. Those are records I can tell you will never, ever be broken. Chesbro won 41 games in 1904. Hall of Famers both. All-time strikeouts, Nolan Ryan, Walter Johnson. Obviously Nolan on both of those now, just by himself. All right, that's the end of those kind of all-time leaders, all-time record holders cards. Here we go with some more regular stuff. We got Bruce Sutter, an 8.5. Tony Perez still with the Expos. Tony Perez, after his heyday with the Reds, just kind of became a journeyman. He kind of skipped around the teams a little bit. But great career. Love that Gary Carter card. Great design, great picture. Just Fergie Jenkins. Mike Schmidt. Again, just looks like the Burger King card, similar. Eddie Murray in an 8. And this, I truly believe, is Lou Brock's last regular issue card. In previous episodes, I keep going, is this Lou Brock's last card? I can't remember. I really think this is. He does have a card in 1980 Topps, but it's a record breaker card. There's Jim Catfish Hunter. I have that in an 8.5. And then an 8. That's one of those, man, I bought it twice and didn't even realize it. Didn't even realize I already had it. That's okay. I like having both. A couple of all-stars in a row here. We got Carlton Fisk. And then Reggie. That's a card I got recently. 2 more and we're done. And they're both Nolan Ryan. But we're into 1980, at the very beginning of 1980. And the first card I have is the Burger King from 1980. And what they did was they did change the design. Used the base Topps design, but added their own logo. Called it the Collector Series Pitch, Hit, and Run. And this is cool because it's Nolan Ryan's, technically his first card with the Astros. His first true Topps card on the Astros was 1981. But this is cool because it does show him with the Astros. He had signed that first player to make $1 million. And the back definitely looks different than a standard 1980 Topps, which is, I think, a bluish color. It shows he has been clocked at 100.9 miles an hour. Very cool. And also, the final card for today is his Kellogg's from 1980. So I'm just working on Nolan, getting all the Nolans I can. It's a mint 9 on this one. So there you go, guys. That's another episode of Slabbage. I hope you enjoyed it. If you stuck around this long, I really appreciate it. And let me know what you think. Comment below. Like, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys soon. Keep collecting.